All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to our very first exclusive YouTube video only. No audio. This is
coming at you in 3D.
This is the first time ever that me and Randy are discussing movies other than the horror genre.
Remember when we put the YouTube channel together, we said the YouTube channel is going to be additional to the horror movies that we do on the podcast, but this one is going to be branching out into your action movies, to your adventure movies, and this one, your comedies.
Yes. So if you want to hear just the horror movies, that's on our audio podcast, Small Town Horror with Johnny and Randy. And we do upload that to the YouTube channel. But we thought since we're doing the YouTube channel now that it'd be cool to broaden our what?
Let you see a softer side.
Yeah. And this video is going to be our top 10 worst comedy movies and our top 10 best comedy movies. Now, having said that, Randy, we kind of discussed that it's not particularly like the worst movies. I know there's a lot worse than what I have on my list, but to me, the way I went about it is movies that I just could never get behind, and some of them are like really popular that I just watched and was like, what's the deal?
Yeah, see, for me, it was when we were going through the list of our worst movies, it was more what we thought was overrated.
Yeah.
And that we didn't really get, like,
The hype.
There's movies on my list that I don't think are necessarily bad movies in general, but I don't think they're as good as they're hyped up to be.
Right.
So,
and on the best, it was really hard to narrow it down because if we were doing like a top 20, I think it'd be a lot easier. But to go in order as top 10 best comedy movies, it was really hard. It took a while for us. Well, it took over a week to get our list together.
And there was a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Up until the last second before we hit record, I took one off and put another one on.
And to make it more fun, Randy has no idea what I've put on both of my lists, and I have no idea what he put on his. So
and
I think
at the end of the day, somebody may end up with a black eye.
Yes. Somebody's going to leave with their feelings hurt. I can guarantee that. This guy right here. But, Randy?
What's up?
Are you ready to get into it, man?
Let's do it.
All right, so we're going to start off with our top 10 worst comedy films of all time, and we'll count down from 10 and go to 1.
Okay.
So you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first. So it was really hard for me to put these in the order of my least favorite to a tolerable, overrated movie. My first one at number 10 is Superbad. I never understood the hype behind it.
Okay.
It's one of those like, it's one of those dumb comedy movies, but to me, it's not one of the. It's too much. They put it out there too much.
I got you.
And I never could get into Superbad.
Well, my number 10 is Jack and Jill from Adam Sandler.
You got an Adam Sandler movie on.
Here we go already. I love Adam Sandler.
I'll agree with you.
But the best thing about this movie is Al Pacino and Johnny Depp. Little small cameos they have in it.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, I can't handle the female Jill. I can't. It's annoying. Like, it's funny. He used to do that voice on his CDs in the 90s, and it's funny for like a 2-minute clip.
Yeah, we put it in an entire movie.
Yeah, and it is. It's just one of the movies that I know some people like it, but yeah, I just can't get behind that one.
It hurts putting Adam Sandler.
It does.
But I understand. It's understandable. So my number 9, Road Trip.
Really?
I don't know if you've ever seen it. Have you seen it?
With Tom Green in it?
Yeah.
I love Road Trip.
Got on my nerves.
Wow.
I got on my nerves. And I love watching Tom Green on the Tom Green Show. It used to be one of my favorite shows when I was growing up. But I like this one. But you know what's bad?
What?
I like Freddy Got Fingered. It's not on either of these lists. But something about Road Trip. I
love Road Trip.
It just something about it. It just irked my nerves.
Okay.
Couldn't do it.
Do it. My number 9 is Freddy Got Fingered.
Is it really?
I hate this movie.
Denny, would you like some sausage? Denny, would you like some sausages?
Tom Green was funny on his show sometimes, but no, this was just complete nonsense. The storyline was ignorant in the whole movie. Tom Green's not a good actor.
No, he's hilarious as a person.
But overall, this is just one of the movies that I'm surprised it even got made.
The fact that we both had a Tom Green movie in the top 9, that was hilarious. So you just showed you.
Mm-hmm.
Showed you. So my number 8, Rat Race.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Rat Race.
Couldn't stand it.
With Rowan Atkins
Yep,
in it.
couldn't
Oh
stand
my god! Well, I say I love it. I like that film.
Couldn't do it. It to me, when I think of Rowan Atkins, this is like, you know how it hurt to put that Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I felt with this one as when Rowan Atkins.
Dang.
It just, I don't know. Like, just got on my nerves.
Okay.
I couldn't.
I got you.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Well, coming in at number 8 on me with the worst comedy movies is Up in Smoke. Cheech and Chong.
You're fired. You are fired.
It's literally got a couple funny scenes in it, but it is so overhyped. And people always, when they talk about this movie, they never talk about anything other than the scene where they're high as a kite and they get pulled over. You ask anybody else, excuse me. You ask anybody else about funny moments in this movie, and they can't tell you anything. It's so overrated. It's not that hilarious. Like I said, the only funny part is when they're getting high in the car. That's it.
This is where it starts to come down, guys.
Yeah.
This is where it's getting.
Sorry.
Yeah. So number 7 on my list, Team America.
I've never seen that.
It's the animated Team America. It's got the blonde guy on the front cover.
Yeah, I know what it is.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like the dude's like the one scene that everybody knows is a meme of the clay blonde dude just throwing up.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Good way to censor yourself.
Yeah, I did. I had to pull it back. It's just, stuff like that, like it doesn't make sense.
Right. So that was number 7?
That was number 7.
All right, coming in at number 7 for me is the 2015 Vacation movie. They tried to expand off of the National Lampoon's Vacation films, and the guy, I can't think of his name, but the guy that played in The Office, he played Andy. He was supposed to be Russ Griswold, and once again, it's one of them films where it came out in 2015. So guess what? We're going to do a sequel to all the other vacation movies, but we're going to make it nasty and raunchy and filthy. And I don't go for that crap. It's like, why did it work so good with all the other vacation movies? Not to be disgusting and having the kids cuss so much and all this stuff. And Christina Applegate is in it, and I love her as an actress. Yeah. But once again, they ruined a perfectly good movie.
They do that a lot with movies. They're like, hey, this was really successful. Let's turn it dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's don't work. So number 6, Wedding Crashers.
Okay.
I've never been a big Vince Vaughn guy.
Certain movies I like.
Never have. Now, Owen Wilson, I really do like Owen Wilson. Shanghai Noon almost made my top 10. I'm not gonna lie.
See,
I know you don't like it.
I'm the opposite. I like Vince Vaughn better than I do whatever his name is, Crooked Nose.
Oh, yeah. Now, like, I've seen the movie, and then there are like 1 or 2 scenes that are like, oh, that's hilarious. But then the rest of it is just like overblown. And I think the biggest thing for me is like so many of these movies, people just blow way out of proportion.
Yeah.
And a lot of the overrated hype for me comes when you get a movie that's halfway funny and then you just go way too far with it.
Right.
And Wedding Crashers is one of those. And like I said, I've never been a big Vince Vaughn guy.
All right.
I'm fixing to smack you right now.
My number 6 is Almost Heroes. I've never understood why people like this movie. I love Chris Farley, but if you look at his IMDb, if you look at his Rotten Tomatoes, you look at all that, this is one of the least popular movies. And what's the guy that just passed away? He plays in it.
Matthew Perry.
He's just not funny at all. I didn't like him on Friends. I didn't like him in this movie. And like I said, I love Chris Farley, but he was not good enough to save this movie. I've watched this movie, oh man, a few dozen times, and it's literally just one of those where I just find myself like, I'm bored with it. I chuckle every once in a while the way Chris Farley acts, like when he gets mad when he's going to get the egg and all that. But other than that, the casting sucked in this movie, and overall, just not a good film.
I don't know what to say to you. I just don't know.
And like we said, we are aware there's a lot worse movies.
Oh, absolutely.
These are just movies that we feel are overhyped and that we never really understood why people got behind it. But go ahead.
I don't know how you feel about this one. So, my number 5. 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, yeah.
It was... Steve Carell is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. You should watch him in The Office.
No, I don't watch trash TV shows. Anyway, Steve Carell is hilarious. He's the only funny one in that entire movie.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies that says, hey, we're going to be funny, but then we're going to make it raunchy at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like the only scene in that movie that is just hilariously funny to me that I can't quit watching is when he's get his chest waxed.
Because that was legit real. You know that, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they were
But
really...
I believe it because it looked like it freaking hurt.
Yeah, that was like, they literally just went with it, and that's when he was getting it all done, and his reaction was real, they said.
John Clarkson!
Yeah.
Never did get the hype on it. Like, again, overhyped. If it wasn't so blown out of proportion,
Yeah.
it would be one thing. But I think too many people with too much stock in it. No.
I got a feeling I'm fixing to hurt Randy's feelings again.
Well, you can't hurt it no more than you hurt with.
Coming in at number 5 is RV with Robin Williams.
It doesn't hurt my feelings
Well,
because I like it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I like Robin Williams. Love Robin Williams, man. But I just never got the hype behind this movie. I've watched it, and it's just another family travel movie where all things goes bad. And I just feel like the film had too many boring spots, and it felt like they really tried to make it hilarious, but it just didn't hammer home. The only part that I really enjoyed and I laughed at was where his sons run into the thugs, and then Robin Williams walks up. He's like, "Yo, what's up, my trailer? Or what's my mobile home boys?" I did like that little scene, but Robin Williams was a fantastic actor. Like I said, sucks that he's gone, but it's just one of those movies where when everybody told me, "Oh, you got to watch this good family movie," I do get it's a family movie, but it had too much cheesiness and too many spots where you knew what they were setting up.
Yeah,
I'll put it that way. You knew what was coming before it happened.
I'll give you that one. That's not terrible. Number 4, Hot Tub Time Machine.
Never seen it.
Don't.
Okay, I don't plan on watching anyway.
It's just dumb. It's dumb. It's a dumb concept.
Okay.
Oh, hey, we're gonna get in the hot tub. Oh, we're in the past, and no.
Okay.
No. It's just, and again, it's one of those movies that people blow way out of proportion.
Got you. Well, coming in at number 4 for me is Dumb and Dumber. When Harry Met Lloyd. That was a sequel to the original Dumb and Dumber, where we see how Harry met Lloyd, and the entire concept of Lloyd living with his Hispanic father in the school, and his dad was a janitor, and Harry living with his mom, how he was such I guess you would say he was kind of homeschooled. Yeah, he was homeschooled and all this stuff. It was stupid. They really tried, and this was a dumber movie than Dumb and Dumber. It was just stupid. I will say the guys that played Harry and Lloyd did a good job. They really acted good as far as capturing the dynamics of Harry and Lloyd, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. But overall, the plot was completely stupid. This was just a cash grab, and yeah, it was really stupid. Like the way they met each other was stupid. Just overall terrible writing, terrible.
Now, just remember, this isn't Dumb and Dumber 2.
This is Dumb and Dumber when Harry met Lloyd.
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. That was number 4, right?
Yep.
Number 3, The Hangover.
I almost had that on my list.
The Hangover. The only thing that give this movie comedy was Zach Galifianakis.
Oh yeah.
And Oscar.
Yeah.
And he's got him in the carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But again, another one of those movies that was just so overhyped
Gotcha.
that just did nothing for me.
I understand that.
It just couldn't do it.
Coming at my number 3 is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Only good scene is it's just a flesh wound. That's it. Nothing else was funny about the film. Boring as all get out. Overhyped. Definitely overhyped.
Remember that black eye I told you guys about?
Yeah, I said it.
No, this is going to be hard to finish. Number 2, Pineapple Express.
Okay.
It's one of those movies I've watched one time. Can't remember anything about the movie, but I remember it being dumb.
Pretty much anything with Seth Rogen in it, I don't like.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn, Seth Rogen, same page.
Yeah.
Just
They always play the same characters almost.
exactly, and they sound the same and everything.
Kind of like The Rock. Truth hurts.
Sorry, Reyes, Senor.
This is kind of cheating. My number 2, any film that says Medea's in the title
No,
is trash.
that is breaking the rules.
They're all the same.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Tyler Perry is. I don't like the way that he wants to represent his films. I don't like. I've tried to watch. I've watched couple of them, because of course my wife wanted to watch a couple of them, but they're always the same jokes, always the same plots, and the Medea films just suck, in my opinion.
You're such a cheater. Oh, you're such a cheater.
Well, I didn't know how to narrow it down, and I've seen a couple of them, and I didn't know which exactly was the one that I watched.
I didn't know we were breaking rules today. That was number 2, right?
Yeah.
So number 1.
Wait a minute. Do we want to mention any honorable mentions? Do you have any for this? Because I got a couple honorable mentions for the best comedy movies, but
Yeah, I'm the same way. I
Okay.
don't think I have any honorable mentions for the worst.
okay. So then go ahead, man.
Yeah. Number 1, Old School.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually enjoy that film.
That doesn't surprise me. Not even in the least. You know what? I do have an honorable mention.
Okay.
21 Jump Street.
Dang. Okay.
Because that was going to be my number 1,
Mhm.
and I put Old School instead.
Gotcha.
The only funny part of that, my name is Jeff.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, Old School. It's another one of those movies like I think I've seen twice.
Mhm.
Because I watched it first and I was like, maybe I didn't give it a fair shake. And I watched it again and I was like, no, I gave it plenty of shake.
Gotcha.
Couldn't do it.
Well, my number 1, and I have watched this a couple times too, do exactly what you said. Maybe I'm just being wrong about it. This movie is so overhyped. So many people love this film, and it's just not funny. Elf, starring Will Ferrell.
I'll give you that.
It is not a good Christmas movie. It is not a good comedy movie. It's completely dumb. I don't understand the hype over it. Just don't understand it, man.
I'll agree with you. And just for future references, it's not Will Ferrell. It's just a bad movie.
Yes.
You'll find that out here in a little bit.
Okay, so now we're going to the top 10 best comedies of all time in our opinions.
Yes. And again, when we say the best comedy movies, these are movies that we can always watch and that we enjoy every single time we watch them.
Yes. This is not an official list.
This is an IMDb.
Yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes.
we want you guys and gals, whoever are watching this video, to put your top 10 worst and best comedy films. Because we love, and we will answer you back. We love discussing stuff like this. So yes, we just want to make that clear that this is not like an official ranking. This is ones that me and him absolutely love and I can watch anytime.
So we do have honorable mentions.
Yes.
So would you like to give we're going to 2?
Yes, because I had 2 on this list and then I took them off. But my 2 honorable mentions, 1 is Spaceballs. I love Mel Brooks' films.
Oh, yeah.
And Spaceballs, Oh, I absolutely love. And my second is another Zach Galifianakis, isn't that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Due Date with him and
Who is that?
it's the guy who plays Tony Stark.
Oh,
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
I had that on my top 10. That is one of the funniest films I've ever seen. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Them two work so freaking well together. To me, it was almost like a rated R Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I can see that.
But I absolutely love it. And Zach Galifianakis is freaking hilarious,
He
man.
is. He is hilarious. If you ever watched In Between Two Ferns?
Yes, I love it.
He's hilarious.
But that's my top 2 honorable mentions. What about yours?
My top 2 honorable mentions. First, My Cousin Vinny.
I had that on the list too.
My Cousin Vinny. I wanted it in my top 10 so bad. It's literally one of those movies that if I'm like back when there was cable, you're flipping through the channels, My Cousin Vinny's on. Heck yeah, I'll watch it.
I love it.
I absolutely love it. Joe Pesci does a great job in his serious movies.
Yes.
Like especially when you're thinking about like Goodfellas, Casino, stuff like that. But he's such a good comedic actor.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. So yeah, My Cousin Vinny's my first one. My second one, Rush Hour. The first Rush Hour.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I like all 3 of them, and all 3. If I watch the first Rush Hour one day, I'm like, I might as well watch the next 2.
I still have not seen the third one.
It's funny. It's not as good as the first one, but it is funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, spot on connection.
And they're supposed to be doing a part 4, I heard.
I hope so.
I love it.
Yeah, because this is one of those trilogies that you're like, this could just keep going. But yeah, Rush Hour is my next honorable mention.
Awesome.
If I had to put those in order, it probably would have been My Cousin Vinny at 12 and Rush Hour at 11.
I did have My Cousin Vinny on the list, and I had Spaceballs. But yeah, that's good. 2 good honorable mentions, man. So, do you want me to go first on the top 10?
Yeah, you go first this time.
Okay, so coming in at number 10 spot on my favorite comedy film, Ernest Goes to Jail.
I can't believe that's number 10.
I absolutely love Jim Varney. I absolutely love Ernest P. Worrell, the character. That's just films that I grew up on. I love pretty much all of the Ernest films, but Ernest Goes to Jail is one of my absolute favorite comedy movies of all time. And me and Randy actually went to Nashville to the filming location at the bank. And Randy took some pictures of me in front of the bank. It was pretty cool, but yeah, you can't go wrong with Ernest, man. I'm sorry.
You really can't.
Even if you're not the biggest fan of Ernest, somebody's always got to at least say, yeah, but Ernest Scared Stupid's a good movie. Ernest Goes to Camp's a good movie. You know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'll agree with that. I can't believe it was only top 10 or only your number 10. Because I thought for sure
it'd be my top 5.
it would have been in top 5. So since you cheated, I get to cheat.
You right on?
All right.
You're good, man. Go
So
ahead.
my number 10, the Austin Powers.
Cool. Okay.
Austin Powers.
I got you.
I was gonna go with Goldmember.
And me and you both.
I was gonna go with Goldmember until you cheated with Medea.
I get that.
Since you were cheated with Medea, I'm going with Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Michael Myers,
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers, whatever you want to call him, is hilarious.
Yes.
And the way that he can go from one character to another and it be a seamless transition, and you know it's him,
Yeah.
but it's like a completely different person. The fact that he can be Austin Powers,
Mhm.
Dr. Evil, Fat Bastard, and Goldmember,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It is.
Mike Myers is, and not necessarily honorable mention, but So I Married an Axe Murderer is another movie of his. See, he didn't like it.
That almost made my top 10 worst comedy films.
Woman,
It's stupid.
woman.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Austin Powers. That's my cheat, my one and only
I got
cheat.
you.
So
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. So that's
Cool.
my number 10.
Yeah, because not to brag too much on Mike Myers, but yes, those Austin Powers films, they don't even try to hide that it's not the same character.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the same person playing it. Kind of like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, on
But-
Nutty Professor.
Yeah. Okay, so my number 9, coming at number 9, is the original Police Academy.
See, and I thought about it.
I love the entire Police Academy saga. I think each film has their own little special moments in it. But man, you can't go wrong with the original Police Academy. You got Mahoney, you got Jonesy, Hightower, you got all the greats, man. And I absolutely love Police Academy. And it's one of them films that
No, the first one.
the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going back to singles
Yeah,
now.
we're going back. We're not. No more cheating.
Yeah.
We both used our one cheat.
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 9, Step Brothers.
Good one.
Step Brothers, absolutely. The connection. I don't remember what's his name. Not Will Ferrell. I don't remember.
You talking
the
about
guy.
John?
John.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
The connection they have on a comedic level
Yes.
is one of the reasons. Like, I wanted to put Talladega Nights in it too,
Yeah.
but Step Brothers to me is just one of those movies that you can just always watch.
Yes.
And the fact that they can banter back and forth together, I really want to know if I ever get a chance to meet either one of them. I want to know how much of this is completely unscripted,
oh, yeah.
like them just going back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good one, man.
Step Brothers is definitely, yeah.
Well, coming in at number 8 for me is the OG, the 1983 National Lampoon's Vacation. The very first one that started it all. Chevy Chase is Clark Griswold. He introduced the world to Clark Griswold and Wally World and the whole dynamic. I like every every vacation movie. Some better, some worse, but I do enjoy all of them. And this one right here is one of those that anytime it's on, or I just want a good laugh, boop, I love it, man.
Christmas Vacation was the one that I took off for the other one.
Christmas. See, I like the original.
Yeah. Number 8, Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Now, this is the kicker. When Nature Calls or Pet Detective? It's one of those age-old questions. I am a When Nature Calls guy. I love the first one,
Yeah.
but I absolutely love When Nature Calls.
I've never been able to answer that question.
It's tough.
It is.
It's hard.
It is so hard to answer that question.
Ace Ventura is, for me, Jim Carrey's second best character.
Yeah.
Lloyd is number 1.
And that was his breakout role,
It's,
Ace Ventura.
It's hilarious.
Man.
But yeah, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
And I've never been able to answer that. When people's ask me, you like first or second better? I'm just like, I like Ace Ventura.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
Now, like, it's like Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, and like Pet Detective, like,
Yeah.
bam. But yeah,
And honestly, I think it's one of those films too, both of them, that it can go back and forth.
it can.
Sometimes you'll watch the first one and be like, yeah, this is a better one. And then the second, then you watch the other one, you're like, yeah, but this one's,
and it depends on what you're in the mood for.
Exactly.
Yeah. To me, I like the story of When Nature Calls better.
Bumblebee tuna?
Bumblebee
Tuna.
Bumblebee tuna.
Yeah.
Chicago. Yeah.
Coming in at number 7 for me. Drum roll, please. Tommy Boy.
Hey!
Love some Tommy Boy, man. Chris Farley, sorely missed, but man, he made his mark in the comedy business. I love not Black Ninja. What is it called? Beverly Hills Ninja. I love Black Sheep, and I love Tommy Boy. And it really was a struggle for me to say Beverly Hills Ninja or Tommy Boy. But there's more iconic moments in Tommy Boy for me, and I absolutely love it.
See, for me, it's between Tommy Boy and Black Sheep. Those are my 2.
And Black Sheep got a terrible rating, but I love it
so much. It's such a good movie. Every vote counts.
I love it.
So yeah, that was number 7.
Yeah.
Number 7, The Princess Bride.
So what did you take out of there?
From what?
You just added Princess Bride on there. What did you take out?
Christmas Vacation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is one of those movies. It doesn't matter what you're in the mood to watch, because it's got everything. If you want a peanut, Fezzik has you covered.
Yes.
If somebody says something that's completely inconceivable, it's got it all. As you wish.
I had that on my list, and I was like, but it's not just a comedy. It's a love.
It's not. It's a comedy. It's a drama. It's a love movie. It's everything.
It covers every genre, even the horror genre with the big rats in the sewer or the swamp. So
that's such a good movie. But yeah, it's
all right. Coming in at number 6 for me, Step Brothers. I can't say more than what he said. I love Step Brothers. It's one of them films that I've seen 1,000 times, and I'll watch it 1,001, and I will still laugh at the same parts.
Yeah.
Don't blame me alive. So yeah. Shut up! You wake the neighbors.
So that was number 6, right?
Yes.
So number 6, drum roll, please. Tommy Boy.
Oh,
That's why we were like this close.
yes.
Tommy Boy. It was honestly for me. It was between this and Black Sheep. I almost put both of them in there. Tommy Boy, like you said, is just the one that has so many scenes in it that just make the movie great.
Yes.
And what could have been,
Yeah.
if Farley had taken a completely different path in life.
Mm-hmm.
Him and David Spade, to me, are one of the best comedic duos there ever was.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, anyway. Yeah, Tommy Boy. It brings back. That's one of those ones that I can always watch.
Well, before we get into the top 5, I do have one more honorable mention that I was going to put on the list. And I actually had it on the list. And that is Smokey and the Bandit. I have always loved that film. But once again, I feel like it's kind of like The Princess Bride. It is a comedy, but it's also got a love story, and it's also got a lot of action as far as the driving. But I love Smokey and the Bandit. It's definitely in my top 20, though. I'll put it that way.
I can see that.
I love it.
I can see that.
All right, so now we're down to the top 5 movies. And coming in number 5 for me, the one and only Life.
I forgot. I didn't think about Life.
I love Life.
I knew it was going to happen at least once.
And
it would be one movie that one of us would put in that the other completely forgot about.
And how can you forget about it? We talk about it. This is a film that me and Randy talk about and quote so often to each other. I cannot believe you forgot about Life.
I didn't even think about putting it in there.
No takebacks. But
yeah, I know that. You cheated twice.
No.
You got an extra. That's my, my third honorable mention. Okay. You got a third one. That's my third honorable mention.
You see how petty he gets?
Always. I'm vindictive.
But yes, Life, the casting is phenomenal.
Everybody.
This is my favorite Eddie Murphy movie and Martin Lawrence film. Them two played off great. They're to me, they're just like stepbrothers, the two actors. Yeah. I mean, they feed off each other, and what a great film. Life, man. I can watch it any day of the week. Love it.
What you want to talk about, Ray?
Yeah.
What you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Why you gotta talk nasty, Ray?
Because I'm unnasty. My number 5. I'm just gonna put it out there, and then we'll just go ahead and go on. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is my number 5. If you don't enjoy and appreciate good BBC humor, you're not gonna like it. Clearly, because somebody's dumb. But it's the dry humor in it that is hilarious. And the fact that you like
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
I love Mr. Bean. And I love his movies, and I love the TV series.
And you don't like Monty Python.
Because Mr. Bean's hilarious. And I was just excited when you said, if you don't appreciate the BBC, I like that stuff.
No.
That movie's overhyped.
No. Anyway, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, number 5.
All right, coming in at number 4 for me, The Naked Gun.
The first one?
Yes.
Okay.
I love the Naked Gun trilogy, but man, that first one, I absolutely love. And Leslie Nielsen, man, is one of the best comedic actors I've ever seen. Oh, all the way to even where he can, I seen an interview where he said his main plot is his character is so dumb, but he doesn't present it that way. He presented it as he is 100% straightforward, where when he says something stupid, he doesn't see that as stupid. Just like an airplane, where they're like, Shirley, you can't be serious. And he's like, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. He never cracks a smile. He's such a great comedic actor. And yeah, The Naked Gun, I laugh every time I watch it.
I'll give you that one. That's a good one. That's number 4?
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Yeah, there we are.
Had to put Spaceballs in there. It was one of those ones, I haven't seen it in a long time. But every time I do see it, I absolutely love it from start to finish. John Candy.
Yes.
Rick Moranis.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
It's amazing. Such a good movie. I've watched like Star Wars, but I can't get into Star Wars.
Right.
If all the Star Wars were like Spaceballs, I'd watch every one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe they just need Mel Brooks to do all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Spaceballs, number 4.
Gotcha. So we are down to the final 3.
This is where it got spicy.
Number 3 for me, The Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. You know John Candy had to be in the top 5 at least. I love John Candy. I miss him, man. He was one of them celebrities I'd love to bring back. But yeah, The Great Outdoors, absolutely love. And it was hard to pick between The Great Outdoors and Uncle Buck.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just one of those, man, every time I watched The Great Outdoors, I think him and Dan Aykroyd played off great with each other. I think the casting was good in the film. And of course, Big Bear chase me. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you not love it, man?
Yeah.
I love Great Outdoors.
I'll give you that one. I don't feel bad for not putting it in mine, but
You
it
should.
would be in my. It would definitely be in my top 20 for
All right.
sure. Number 3, Euphigenia Doubtfire, dear Mrs. Doubtfire.
I knew that was coming.
You had to know it was gonna definitely be in my top 10. I couldn't leave it out of my top 3 because it's literally what I quote on a daily basis.
And he's not lying. I like the film, but not as much as this.
To the
knucklehead.
point where he got me a shirt with Mrs. Doubtfire's face on it for Christmas one year.
Because it had his favorite scene in it.
Hello!
Yes.
It's one of those movies, we all have them, where you can quote it start to finish. That's mine. Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire.
I knew it was coming up there.
Yeah, you had to know.
So here's where we're down to the final 2, and I think me and Randy's going to get along just fine, probably.
Yeah, it's just the order, and it's like, all right, here.
Coming in at number 2 for me, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
We're men in tights.
Tights? How can you not love this film? Once again, it's like a broken record. Each one of their casting choices was phenomenal in the film. Dave Chappelle did great.
Hilarious.
Yes. And this guy right here, Little John. I've seen him in so much other films, but like that right there, every time I see him, I'm like, hey, Little John, man.
Toll is a toll and a roll is a roll.
Yes. Overall, funny film from absolute start to finish. And it's one of them gut laughing films. And it ages so good. Like even the jokes still land to this day. But
yeah, I mean, yeah. It's so good.
All
Number 2?
Yep.
Dumb and Dumber. That's my number 2. It, like I said, right here between 1 and 2. If it was any closer, it would have been splitting hairs. The story with Dumb and Dumber, the way Harry and Lloyd plays off each other. It's just, so you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is, in my lifetime, one of the best comedy actors
Yes.
that I've ever watched. And it shows in spades in this movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dumb and Dumber. It's another one of those ones, like I don't know if I could get it to you from start to finish, but I could get pretty darn close.
Well, so now I'm down to my number 1 and copy and paste because it is coming in number 1. The greatest comedy movie of all time is Dumb and Dumber. Absolutely love it. How he can quote Mrs. Doubtfire, I can quote Dumb and Dumber. I think Jeff Daniels doesn't get enough credit. He is just as hilarious as Jim Carrey is in this film.
Absolutely.
And everything about it from start to finish is hilarious. It's wonderful. It's a fun movie. And I'm going to throw this out there because I get tired of people hating on it. Dumb and Dumber 2 come out 20 years later, and it's still a good movie.
Don't even put it in the same category as Dumb and Dumberer.
That's what I was going to say. So many people's like, oh, it wasn't as funny in this. It's not as good as the first one, but we all knew it was never going to be as good as the first one. But Dumb and Dumber 2 is actually really funny. I think Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey did an amazing job in it.
They didn't skip a beat.
No. But the first one, yes, to me, until I take my last breath, I figure that's going to be my number 1 favorite comedy movie of all time is Dumb and Dumber. I can watch it any time of the day. It's just a great movie, man.
So, number 1, like we said, Robin Hood Men in Tights. Hands down. It's one of those movies that I could literally put on and leave on the TV all day long. Because there's nothing about this movie that I don't like.
Right.
From the cast to the story. Everybody knows the Robin Hood story. This takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we need every single famous movie remade by Mel Brooks. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, Robin Hood Men in Tights, to me, greatest comedy movie of all time.
Gotcha, man.
On the aspects of a movie that I can watch anytime.
So was it tough to pick between that and Dumb and Dumber?
It honestly, it was a whole lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And
Yeah.
when I tell you, like, it was like neck and neck, it depends on the day. If like Monday, Dumb and Dumber, Robin Hood Men in Tights. Tuesday, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Dumb and Dumber.
Gotcha.
Like back and forth, back and forth. Those two movies to me are the two greatest comedy movies
Gotcha.
that I've ever seen.
Well, that is our top 10 list for the worst comedies and the best comedies.
Can I give you a shocker?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
can't believe you didn't put Planes, Trains, and Automobiles in yours.
And I'll tell you why, because I'm saving that for another list if we do it. I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But that's what I was fixing to get to. If you guys and gals enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments what you would like to hear us do next time. Top 10 drama, top 10 action. I mean, whatever you feel, let us know in the comments, because there is certain films to where I will say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, love it, good comedy movie. But it's got some pretty dramatic scenes in it to where one of them was going to be for me, and he knows this is one of my top favorite movies of all time, The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
But it's not a comedy film. It is more drama and heart-wrenching film to where I feel like that could be in the drama category.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, there is certain films. Patch Adams I've never seen it, but they say it's a really good film and it's funny because Robin Williams, but then again, it's got a lot of heartfelt stuff.
Patch Adams is one of those movies I wanted to put in mine.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's more of those, yes, it's funny, but it's so dark in spots. And it's such a good movie.
It's one of those, I feel like it's kind of disrespectful just to categorize it as comedy, if that makes any sense. But I had a blast doing this.
We've already got different plans for these kinds of episodes.
Yeah.
We're going to give you guys our island movies.
Yeah.
Basically what it is like, we could take 5 movies with us. What are they going to be on an island?
TV shows,
Favorite trilogies of all time?
albums. That's going to be a good one.
And we've done that before. Matter of fact, Johnny's got a notebook around here somewhere where we've done this as a camper.
Yeah.
So, like, they're already wrote down. But,
And it may change from now to when we wrote it.
you know, it might.
But yeah, we thank you guys and gals for tuning in. And as always, we got to plug it. If you follow us on social media, we're on Facebook at Small Town Horror with Johnny and Randy. Our Instagram at Small Town Horror with Johnny_Randy. And our TikTok is at Small Town Horror Podcast. And our actual audio podcast, you can find us. Where can they find us at?
Anywhere you can get your podcast. You get it on Google. We got it on Google Podcast. Your Apple, Spotify, any of them.
Yes. So, anyway, click that subscribe button. Let your friends and family know if you enjoy this video. And as always, remember to stay scared.
Stay spooky.